Thanks for joining me on this introductory course, Demystifying Scales, where you'll learn the fundamentals of scale theory and also play real music while you're doing it. Hi, I'm CJ, and I teach adults to play with joy. Hi, I'm CJ, and I teach adults to play with joy and with ease. When it's done right, it looks effortless, but there's so much to learn, and music theory can be overwhelming, especially scales. And let's face it, scales can be really boring to practice. I was where you are now. I just wanted to play, not practice scales. But once I began to see the value of scales and apply that knowledge, my playing progressed very quickly. Scales transformed my playing. And I can express myself. I found that I could express myself in ways I could have never imagined before. But now it's your turn to learn scales, but in a much more fun and interactive way. So to help you get started, this training covers 3 scales: A minor, G major, and E flat major. To help you learn each of these scales, the course features a scale fingering diagram for each scale, so you can see exactly where each finger goes, a demonstration video where I demonstrate in detail how to play each scale, both hands, and each hand individually. There are also audio files for each scale. There are scale examples at 16, 90, and 120 BPM, all downloadable, of course. And then we have the jam tracks that you can play along with. These are actual songs that I've produced specifically for this training, for scale practice. So each scale has its own original song for you to practice with, and you can enjoy that. And as you're playing, this is where you get to really see where scales can come in handy. You can see how the scale works with real music. So getting started is easy. Just click on the link above to complete your registration, after which you'll be directed to the course homepage. And if you want to get an even deeper understanding of scales, like the harmonic minor and relative major and minor scales, then follow the link at the bottom of the page. And for additional support, come join my free Facebook group, Aspiring Musicians, where you can ask questions and get help and feedback from others in the course, and also directly from me. Thanks again. See you soon. Nice. 3 minutes. Let's go again. I think I have to do something. Scale examples. 6. Okay, let's go for take 2. Okay, take 2. I hear you, Mr. Area playing. Take 2. Welcome and thanks for taking this introductory course, Demystifying Scales. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me on this course, Demystifying Scales, where you learn the fundamentals of scale theory and also play actual music while doing it. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me in this course on Demystifying Scales, where you learn the fundamentals of scale theory and also play actual music while doing it, so you can have some fun. Hi, I'm CJ, and I teach adults to play the piano with joy, ease, and help them to make it look effortless. To play the piano effortlessly, there's so much to learn. Music theory can be very overwhelming, and let's face it, scales in particular can be very boring to practice. So that's why this training is created, to make it a little more interesting. I understand what you're going through because I was there once upon a time. I wanted to play. I didn't really want to practice scales because, well, it was boring. But once I began to see the value of scales and then apply that knowledge, then my playing progressed very quickly. Scales transformed my playing, and I could express myself in ways I could never have imagined before. But now it's your turn to learn scales, but in a much more fun and interactive way. So to help you get started, I've designed this training to cover 3 scales: A minor, G major, and E flat major. And to help you learn each of these scales, this course features a scale fingering diagram for each scale, a demonstration video of the scale, as well as a downloadable audio file so you can hear examples of the scale, and there's a jam track that you can play along with that contains original songs. Each scale has its own original song that you can play over it and jam with it, and that's created specifically for this scale training practice. And also included is, of course, complete instructions on how to use all of these tools. So to get started, just click on the link above to complete your registration, after which you'll be directed to the course homepage. Now, if you want an even deeper understanding of scales, you go further into harmonic minor, relative major and minor, then you can follow the link at the bottom of the page. So there are more scales, there are additional scales, more types of scales, and that link is at the bottom of the page. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining me in this course. I really hope that you really get something out of it. I'm confident that you will. But for additional support though, come join my Facebook group, Aspiring Musicians, where you can ask questions and get help and feedback from other people in the course, and of course directly from me. So thanks again, and I'll see you soon. See you in the course. Of course, we're gonna have another go at that, ain't we? Yeah, we're gonna look for number 3 here. This is where we go to number 3. Thanks for joining me. Hi, thanks for joining me on this course, Demystifying Scales, where you learn the fundamentals of scales and scale theory, and most of all, have fun. Be able to play actual music while learning your scales. I'm CJ, and I teach adults to play the piano with joy and ease. I want to help you to make it look effortless. But in order to do that, there's a lot to learn. And yeah, music theory can be very overwhelming and intimidating. And scales in particular, well, scales are boring, let's face it. So hopefully this makes it a lot more interesting. Now, many moons ago, I was where you are. I just wanted to play the piano, not practice scales. But I did. I sat at the piano with my metronome and books with lots of numbers and fingerings in them, and I worked it out. But that was very boring. Once I began to see the value of scales and apply that knowledge, though, my playing progressed very quickly. Scales actually transformed my playing. I could express myself in ways I could have never even imagined before. But now that it's your turn to learn scales, you can do it in a much more fun and interactive way. To help you get started right away, this training covers A minor. This training to help you get started right away, this training covers major and natural minor scales, A minor, G major, and E flat major. To help you learn each of these scales, this course features a scale fingering diagram for each scale, so you can see exactly where each finger goes on the keyboard. You get a demonstration video of the scale where I show you in detail how to play each and every one of these scales, and downloadable audio files, scale examples at 60, 90, and 120 beats per minute, as well as a jam track. These jam tracks feature original songs created specifically by me for this scale training practice. And also you receive complete instructions on how to use all of these tools. Okay, I'm gonna go for another start. Where is this one about? So I just know where we're to cut to 12:17. Let's cut right to 12 minutes. We know, right? We're cutting at the 12-minute mark. Is this number 4? Let's call it number 5 because we're never even going that far yet. Remember, we're gonna call it Mamba number 5. 5. Action. Thanks for taking this introductory course, Demystifying Scales, where you learn the fundamental scale theory and also play actual music while doing it. So I want to hype up my energy a little bit at the beginning. In the beginning, I don't sound so. So I'm gonna be like, thank you. I'm gonna be like, hey, welcome. All right. Okay. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me on this. Thank you for joining me for this. All right. Thank you for joining me for this course, Demystifying Scales, where you learn the fundamentals of scale theory and also play actual music while doing it. Hi, I'm CJ, and I teach adults to play the piano with joy and ease. We all want to make it look effortless. There's a lot to learn to get there. Music theory can be overwhelming, and scales in particular can be very boring to practice, but you will get them. I was once where you are. I wanted to play, not practice, just play. I wanted to play, but not practice scales. Once I began to see the value of scales, though, and began to apply that knowledge, my playing progressed very quickly, and scales transformed my playing. I could now express myself in ways that I could have never even imagined before. But now that it's your turn to learn scales, you can do so with a much more fun and interactive way than I did. So to help you get started right away, I've designed this training to cover major and minor scales, A minor, G major, and E flat major to start with. And to help you learn each of these scales, the course features a scale fingering diagram for each and every scale so you can see exactly where each finger goes. There's also a demonstration video of the scale where I show you in detail how to play each scale with each individual hand and hands together. There are also downloadable audio files that include scale examples. So you can listen to these scales being played at 60, 90, and 120 BPMs at different tempos so that you know what they should sound like. And there is also a jam track for you to play along with. We play your scales along with actual songs that are created for this training. They're created for scale practice. And so you play those songs, and there are examples of how to do that as well. There's complete instructions on how to use all of these tools. That's also included. After you log in. So getting started is easy. Just click on the link above to complete your registration, and then you'll be redirected to the course homepage. And if you want to go even deeper with, to start off deeper understanding your scales, your harmonic minor, relative major, and minor, then follow the link at the bottom of the page. Okay, wish you all the best of luck, and thank you again. Now, for additional support, you can come join my free Facebook group, Aspiring Musicians. You can ask questions and get help from and feedback from other people in the course, and also directly from me. So I'll see you soon. Okay, 17. You know, we're going straight for 17 minutes. Okay, this is take 5, 6. 17 minutes, thereabouts, take 6. Thanks for joining me on this introductory course, Demystifying Scales, where you learn the fundamentals of scale theory and also be able to play actual music and have fun while doing it. Hi, my name is CJ, and I teach adults to play the piano with joy and ease. Of course, we all want it to be effortless playing, but that takes time, and there's so much to learn, and it can be very overwhelming. Music theory is so intimidating, especially scales, and scales can be particularly boring to practice. I know this because I was there. I used to sit there with books, with notes, pages full of obnoxious looking notes and numbers on them. So I was there. I just wanted to play. I didn't want to practice scales. However, once I began to see the value of scales and began to apply that knowledge, my playing progressed very quickly, and scales really just transformed my playing. So I can express myself in ways that I could have never even imagined before. But now that it's your turn to learn scales, things are a little different. It's a lot more fun and interactive. So to help you get started, this training covers major scales and minor scales. But for this training, just 3 scales: A minor, G major, and E flat major. And to help you learn each of these scales, this course features a scale fingering diagram for the scale, so you can see exactly where each of your fingers is meant to go. You can see a demonstration video of this scale where I show you in detail how to play each scale with each hand. Left hand, right hand, both hands together. And of course, there are downloadable audio files. There are scale examples that you can listen to, different tempos, and there's a jam track as well for you to jam over, for you to play your scales on top of different kinds of music, some soul, some R&B, some reggae, depending on, yeah, we got some variety in there for you. And those are our jam tracks. Now there are demonstrations of the jam track, and anyway, there are complete instructions on how to use all of these videos and audios and everything. There's complete instructions on how to do that. So let's get started. Getting started is easy. Just click on the link above to complete your registration. And after that, you'll be taken directly to the course homepage. Now, if you want to go even deeper understanding scales, then with your harmonic minor, relative major, and minor scales, then you can follow the link at the bottom of the page. All right. So I'll see you soon at the next video. So thank you very much. Now, for additional support, you can come and join, whichever one you do, you can come and join my free Facebook group, Aspiring Musicians, where you can ask questions and get help and feedback from others in the course, and also directly from me. So thanks again, and I'll see you soon. Fantastic. 3.5 minutes. Freaking brilliant. I think we're going to go for one more take. An insurance take, I'll call it. Okay, so it's 21 minutes. This is insurance take. I want to call it 7. I'm not sure it is. I'm not sure that it is. Thanks for joining me on this course, Demystifying Scales, where you learn the fundamentals of scale theory and have fun while you're doing it. Hi, I'm CJ, and I teach adults how to play the piano with joy and ease, and how to play with effortlessly. How to play effortlessly. Let's do that again. I'm just going to take it from the top. How to play with effortlessly is stupid. Okay, and how hard. Same thing there. Okay, what should we do? All right. Thanks for joining me on this introductory course, Demystifying. There we go. Thanks for joining me on this introductory course, Demystifying Scales, where you learn the fundamentals of scale theory and also play actual music and have some fun while doing it. Hi, I'm CJ, and I teach adults how to play the piano with joy and ease. We all want to make it look absolutely effortless, but there's a long way because there's so much to learn. And music theory can be very overwhelming, and scales in particular can be very boring to practice. So I know this because I spent years with those books with all the notes and the fingering, trying to figure it out, just me and my metronome. So I was there where you are. I just wanted to play, not to practice scales. But once I began to learn the value of scales and see the value of scales and begin to apply that knowledge, my playing progressed very quickly. And scales really just transformed my playing. Because then I can express myself in ways that I never even imagined before. So now that it's your turn to learn scales, you can do so in a much more fun and interactive way. So to help you get started right away, this training covers 3 scales: A minor, G major, and E flat major. And to help you learn each of these scales, the course features a scale fingering diagram for each scale, as well as a demonstration video of each scale where I show you in detail how to play each scale with each individual hand. And there are also downloadable audio files. There are scale examples at different tempos, 60, 90, and 100 beats, 120 beats per minute. And there are also jam tracks. Now on the jam tracks, they're original songs that I produced specifically for this scale training practice, for this exercise. So songs of different genres and in different scales for you to practice with. And the instructions are complete instructions as well on how to use all of these resources, all of these tools, the video, the text, and the diagram. That's right, the instructions are inside. So let's get started. Getting started is easy. Just click on the link above to complete your registration. Then you'll be taken to the course homepage. And you can just take it from there. Follow the instructions when you get there. Now, if you want to get an even deeper understanding of scales, like our harmonic minor scale, learn about that, and relative major and minor scales, then follow the link at the bottom of the page, and you'll be taken there. And for additional support, of course, join my free Facebook group, Aspiring Musicians, where you can ask questions and get help and feedback from others in the course, and also directly from me. So thanks again. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon. Okay. Last take. Thanks for joining me on this course, Demystifying Scales, where you learn the fundamentals of scale theory and have some fun while learning your scales. Hi, I'm CJ, and I teach adults to play the piano with joy and with ease, and I help you to make it look effortless. But to make it look effortless, there's so much to learn, so much music theory. Music theory can be overwhelming and intimidating, especially scales. Scales are really boring too. Well, at least they were boring for me. I used to have the books with all of these scale notes and all of the fingerings and a metronome, and I spent the time doing it. It was boring. I just wanted to play. I didn't want to practice scales. But once I began to see the value of scales and then apply that knowledge, my playing progressed very quickly, and scales actually transformed my playing. I was able to express myself in ways that I never even imagined before. But anyway, now it's your turn to learn scales, but in a much more fun and interactive way. So to get you started, this training covers 3 scales: G major, A minor, and E flat major. And to help you learn these scales, this course features some really nifty tools, some good stuff. Scale fingering diagram for each scale, so you can see exactly where each finger goes. There's also a demonstration video of each scale as well, where I show you in detail how to play each scale with each individual hand and with hands together, showing you all the little tricky parts too. And finally, well, not finally, but there's also downloadable audio files, right? There's scale examples at different tempos so you can hear what the scale sounds like and what it's supposed to be sound like played at 60, 90, or 120 beats per minute. You can even play along with those if you wish. But then we have the jam tracks. These ones you play along with. These are original songs created specifically for this scale training practice. A couple of different genres. Each scale has its own song. And yeah, each song has its own scale. Now, using all of this stuff, the instructions are inside. So complete instructions on how to use all of these tools are inside. And I know you want to get started. So getting started is easy. Just click on the link above to complete your registration, after which you'll be taken directly to the course homepage. But if you want to get even more understanding, go deeper in scales than just the 3 here, you want to do the harmonic minor, relative major, and minor scales, and a few more scales, then follow the link below at the bottom of the page. Okay, well, thank you very much, whichever one you choose. I know you want to get started. And for additional support, come join my free Facebook group, Aspiring Musicians, where you can ask questions and get help and feedback from others in the course, and also directly from me. It's in the link below. So I'll see you soon.